Hey guys. So for my video clip, I chose something from the movie Crash. Crash follows several people's lives throughout a 36-hour period in Los Angeles, and it deals with race relations and basically how people treat one another. Just to set up the scene for a second, earlier in the film, a character named Daniel, a Hispanic locksmith, was fixing a lock for Fahad, who is a Persian shop owner. And they kind of get into a little altercation when Fahad and his wife are talking about Daniel. They see his tattoos and they're like, oh, he's a gangbanger, he's going to get our store robbed and all that kind of stuff. So, and then later that night, when Daniel gets home from work, he finds his daughter under her bed and she is scared because she heard a gunshot. He consoles her by giving her this invisible, impenetrable cloak that's supposed to protect her and keep her from harm. So basically that's all needed to know for the clip. So when I see a movie and I notice the tone, like the filter of the scene, you can kind of get a hint as to what might be taking place. So this scene is it has a very warm kind of feel to it, a warm filter, yellows and oranges. And for me, that tends to lead to a more emotional scene, like it's going to be more heartwarming or gut-wrenching even. And like when you see an action movie, it's all like blues and it's a very cool tone. So this scene in particular has a very warm tone to it. And as far as the music score, it's a piano kind of song, and it plays a very important part to the scene. I would actually consider it almost to be another character in the scene itself, just because of how strong it is and how it completely takes you from one place to another. So basically, the scene starts off with Daniel getting out of his work car, and Fahad finds him after his store has been completely vandalized with racist marks written all over the walls, and just everything was turned over. And he blames Daniel for this because he was the one that was supposed to fix the lock, and he just thinks his friends came back and completely tore it apart. So you can kind of tell from the area that Daniel lives that it's a pretty bad part of town. It's not somewhere where you would want, your kids playing outside by themselves or anything like that. And you can tell Daniel's like a working class man. He's wearing his work uniform. He drives a work van, lives in a small, tiny house. It kind of all sets the scene that way. And it's a very aggressive scene. You get this just basically from the body language and the dialogue spoken. Fahad is very, very aggressive towards Daniel, and Daniel's so confused. When Fahad pulls his gun out on him, and he's yelling at him and screaming, I want my money, give me my money. Daniel's completely thrown off guard and just has no idea what's going on. And I think the confusion plays very well in the scene. It's just because they're both so confused as people, and they don't really know just how to react to this kind of situation. Fahad doesn't know how to react when he thinks that he's being attacked by someone, and Daniel is just confused because of the entire situation going on. So Laura, Daniel's daughter, sees him being held up at gunpoint outside the front door, and realizes that she's still wearing his impenetrable cloak. And at this point, the music is getting very, very intense and very loud. It stays loud throughout the entire thing, but it's a very important part of this entire scene. I think the music carries everything. So yeah, Laura gets really upset, and she's like, I have his cloak. So she runs outside to try to save him and try to help him out, and jumps in front of the two men, and Fahad's gun goes off. Now everything stops for the most part. Like there's no more screaming, there's no more yelling. It's just the music, and it's just like the look on the character's face when Daniel's holding his daughter and he thinks she's been shot in the back, and his wife is on the sidewalk just like screaming in pain, and Fahad is just in shock because I don't even think he wanted the gun to go off. I think it happened because it was just she ran in front and his finger slipped or something like that. I don't think that it was something that he wanted to do, so he was pretty upset about the entire thing too. But yeah, so the biggest thing that played, the biggest character in this scene, I'm going to say, was the music. I think that played a lot. Had a lot to do with how everything felt and everything, how all the emotions tied in, and really helped sell everything that was going on. And the actors' performances really helped mesh everything together and create something that was so beautiful and tragic. And it was a great film. I recommend it to anyone who wants to see it. It was really just like a very well done, very well put together movie. And yeah, all right, you guys take care.